So the idea first came in November of 2020 when I was looking out of my window, having a sip of coffee and just seeing this really dark cloud above the city. So I thought, why are we breathing this air? Isn't there something to be done? We can see that the whole world is concerned for the future of humankind. So there are concrete steps that are being taken, such as introducing zero-emission transport. We see that the global switch to the electric vehicles, more and more vehicles are going to be produced and more vehicles are going to be sold. In Kyrgyzstan as well, we are not that far behind with that idea, except the implementation of it has been sort of slow.
Kyrgyzstan, especially in Bishkek, there is a lot of cars, and cars is one of the main pollution source for the air. That's why it's important that we actually shift them to cleaner cars. There should be enough chargers, there should be enough electricity, there is an infrastructure need.
We know that there's more than 80% of the vehicles that are on the roads in Bishkek and Kyrgyzstan overall that are over a decade old and are one of the main contributors towards the air pollution. Because of that, we thought that what could we do to create this accelerated transition towards zero-emission vehicles. So we see that many successful and usable products have an ecosystem of some sort. This sort of approach where you create an ecosystem allows for users to transition into your product with less barriers, much more usability, and much smoother comfort. Thus, we created an ecosystem where it includes EV sales, charging stations, EV service, as well as financing that kind of wraps it all up. So we've developed an app which was sort of the cornerstone of our infrastructure. It's a technology piece that makes this sort of process much more usable and allows for a smoother transition to electric vehicles.
Пользоваться нашим мобильным приложением очень удобно. Получается, всю необходимую данные показывает наше приложение, какие зарядные станции свободны, где они находятся. Вся необходимая информация у вас показывается в телефоне. Сколько зарядок получила машина, сколько процентов уже зарядилось, сколько осталось до полной зарядки. Вы можете также, находясь, например, в кафе, попивая чай, увидеть, что машина уже заряжена, можно уже отключить, оплатить и снять зарядки.
When we started this business 2.5 years ago, there were only 250 electric vehicles registered in Kyrgyzstan. Today, there's 3,500.
In the next 5 years, I think that there will be a good development about electrical vehicles, and I believe that the private sector is the real driver. If they are involved, then there will be a lot of changes.
For minimum viable product, we thought, what could be better than taxi cabs that are being driven around for 250 kilometers every day. This would allow us to collect data about the car itself, about the EV car itself. The whole complexity of a new product would be seen if it failed at the taxi level. We knew that later on it would be difficult to scale on.
Я купил электромобиль, так как в целях экономии, очень экономно в плане работы, и плюс экология очень важна. Сейчас в мире глобальная проблема загрязнения экологии, это связано с этим всем. Люди просто реагируют положительно и хотят, чтобы было электромобилей больше в целях, опять-таки, экологии. Компания Spark очень ответственно подошли к этому моменту. То есть в городе оборудовано много места, где можно зарядить автомобиль. И тенденция идет в хорошем направлении. Я думаю, в скором будущем развитие будет очень даже хорошо.
We should have a good modeling systems in order to see that what could be the impact of the certain measures and how it can be applied. But I like very much that there will be the taxi parks electric taxi cars. I think that's great. I like also that city will be buying the electric buses, which is really great because this is about the public transport.
In this journey, we have experienced many obstacles, one of them being a financial obstacle. Luckily, we were able to participate in an acceleration program set up by Accelerate Prosperity Kyrgyzstan. They were our impact investors, so to say, in the application Spark app that allows for this ecosystem to be kind of bound together. We already have plans to open sales offices in Kyrgyzstan. We have already opened a sales office in Moscow, Russia. We have interests from Azerbaijan, we have interests from Turkey regarding the electric vehicle sales. We are definitely seeing a very good demand for it, so we see a very, very bright and strong future for our product, for our service. So if you go to the basics, if you're a human decent being, you definitely care for the future. Not only for the future of yourself, but the future of the next generations. Thus, I believe everybody should care about the ways that can create a more sustainable future. Spark itself has this sort of mission. We are doing our best to accelerate switch to zero-emission vehicles in Kyrgyzstan.